Are 99% of men invisible to women? Do you have to be a Superman to turn a woman's head? In this video, we'll debunk some of the self-defeating stories guys tell themselves about their chances with women, which are all too often reinforced on social media, including by men's self-improvement influencers. After shattering these myths, we'll reveal how 90% of the advice on social media is just telling men what they want to hear, excuses not to do the work and become their best selves. Once you cut through those excuses and stop believing society's BS and your own, you can start making yourself irresistible, not to women in general, but to the right women. A lot of guys these days complain that social media has made women impossibly picky. If you're not a billionaire demigod, they won't know you exist, these guys moan. The exaggeration goes way over the top. Men are indulging in what modern psychology, inspired by the ancient Stoics, calls catastrophizing, telling yourself the situation is way worse than it is. Often, those who catastrophize are really just creating excuses to feel sorry for themselves and not act to better their situation. Are 99% of men invisible to women? Yes, duh, there are 5 billion men in the world. Most people can recognize only a few thousand names and faces, and most of us actually know only a few hundred other humans. So the idea that a woman's dating opportunity set includes all men in the world or even in her city is absurd. If you're an average dude in Seattle, you're not competing with Jeff Bezos with his rocket and 3 glass balls. You're competing with other guys in and around your social circles, your job, your neighborhood, etc. Yes, it's true social media can give some people unrealistic expectations, but humans, men and women, have always been extremely good at BSing ourselves into believing our dreams and fantasies can or should become reality. You don't want women who are chasing a fantasy. You want real women who aren't so insecure that they have you on a pedestal or expect you to put them on one. So the question isn't what attracts women in general, but what attracts high-value women. And if you think that just means supermodels or billionaires, you need to reassess how you define value. So what kind of man do you have to become in order to attract the woman who's actually right for you? It sounds trite, but the 2-word answer is yourself, duh. The long answer, which should be just as predictable, is that yourself is not some fixed truth, but an evolving work of art you should always be, well, working on. So what are the top things to work on to attract high-value women? Number 5. Social skills. The Roman philosopher Lucretius said of his ideal wife that she didn't need the acrobatic sex moves of a porn star, nor did she need to be hotter than Helen of Troy. She just had to be a pleasant person to live with. That's from De Rerum Natura, or On the Nature of Things, and you should read it, kids. Women feel the same way. Be a pleasant person to hang out with. You can worry about living together later. Figure out how you can be an asset, not a liability at parties. Introduce her to friends she might enjoy. Do your share of the social legwork and make fun things happen. Introducing people to each other who may have common interests or personalities that would mesh well together adds value to her life and yours. Another way to be an asset is by taking on some of the social legwork. This could mean organizing group activities or suggesting fun things to do throughout the night. By being proactive in this way, you are showing that you are invested and willing to put in effort to ensure she has a good time. It's important to remember that being an asset doesn't mean you have to be the life of the party or constantly entertaining others. It simply means being present, engaged, and willing to contribute in whatever way feels comfortable for you. So next time you attend a social gathering, think about how you can be an asset and make the experience more enjoyable for everyone involved. Number 4. Flirting. Game. While she'll appreciate your social skills, it's also key to make her feel special and not be afraid to show you have special eyes for her without coming across as overly eager or creepy. One way to achieve this is by playfully teasing her without putting her on a pedestal or treating her as if she's superior to you. By doing so, you can demonstrate your confidence and sense of humor while also showing that you value her company and enjoy spending time with her. Remember, the key is to be genuine and authentic in your interactions rather than trying to impress or manipulate a woman. So go ahead, have fun, and let your personality shine through. Number 3. Look and feel your best. If you want to improve your appearance, it's not just about being classically handsome. You can take steps to enhance your physical appearance by hitting the gym and working on building a great body. Additionally, dressing well can make a big difference in how others perceive you. It's important to carry yourself with confidence and self-respect, regardless of your physical attributes. By taking these steps, you can improve your overall appearance and boost your self-confidence. There's a lot of research that shows that self-confidence makes people perceive you as more attractive. There are a few reasons why self-confidence might make people perceive you as more attractive. First, confident people often project an air of competence and success. This can be appealing to others, as it suggests that the confident person is likely to be a good partner or mate. Second, confident people often have a positive attitude and outlook on life. This can be contagious, making others feel more positive and optimistic in the confident person's presence. Finally, confident people often dress and groom themselves well. This can also make them more attractive to others. Number 2, make a decent living. Don't be broke and useless. Poets and billionaires might be able to get away with one or the other, but no high-value woman is going to waste her time with a guy who's both. Money and status aren't everything, or rather there are many different metrics of status. Look at all the broke actors and musicians who are hot commodities in their circles. In fact, this whole make a decent living part is very relative to the circles you want to run in. If you roll with the bohemian artistic crowd, making big bucks at a corporate gig might make you the uncoolest person in the room. If you're trying to impress fellow Wall Street traders, writing poetry might be your hottest asset, or it might get a snicker and an eye roll. Number 1, have an interesting life. Do cool stuff, like, hobbies other than video games. Unless the women you're into are hardcore gamers too, and you all like to elevate gaming and talking about games to an art form. Having your own hobbies that you pursue with some seriousness and consistency is a very attractive trait. It tells a high-value woman that you not only have your own interests and the follow-through to develop them, but also that you won't be hanging on to her every night of the week and making her do all of the social-emotional work. You can entertain yourself. If you're crazy good at some hobby she finds unintelligible, Argentine tango, that might make you mysterious and all the more enticing. It'll also filter out insecure people who are threatened by someone with their own interests and skills. The point is to be interesting and exciting. There's a saying, you can do anything you want to a woman except bore her. With one caveat, just for Donald, we know the rest of the class knows this already. This does not include grabbing her by the without consent. Otherwise, this quip remains relevant today. Tim Ferriss put it another way. Excitement is the more practical synonym for happiness, and it is precisely what you should strive to chase. It is the cure-all. So you can ignore the heck out of social media manliness gurus who tell you women can only see supermen. Yes, women get more messages on dating apps, and yes, social media gives some people unrealistic expectations. Those aren't the people you're looking for. Real high-value women don't want you to be Superman, they want you to be a man. They want you to be a human being, and above all, they want you not to bore them. So don't, and you'll be fine. Go get 'em, Tiger.